Paper Machinery Corporation makes machines that are used to make paper cups and other types of paper containers. PMC began working with the Lake companies even prior to my arrival at the company. When I first arrived, there was a terminal on my desk, and I started playing with it, trying to figure out what it was, and it was actually our, at the time, Cymex software. So the company's grown in a lot of ways since we started with Cymex back in the early 90s. At that time, we probably had about 100 employees, and now we're well over 200, with far more users and far more complicated processes and products than we ever had. We've used SyteLine. I think the software has changed quite a bit and has enabled us to change around our own processes. Instead of having silos of information with different types of software products, we now have one integrated product that allows us to capture all information in one central location, and that just allows us to be far more efficient and be able to find all the information we need in one place.
Material/demand planning manager. Responsibility also heavily towards the CloudSuite Industrial ERP software. I take the lead on that. As a manufacturer, I think in large, PMC is no different in this regard, and that is, we use the software to run the business. The software doesn't drive our business. It runs, it supports what we need it to do. Success story that we have, the most recent, is because we typically, prior to 2015, were producing anywhere between 58 to 62 machines per year. After we put APS in place and the scheduling systems were turned on, the forecasting techniques were in place, we now are shipping anywhere between 78 to 80 machines a year. Substantial growth, and it's only really mainly contributed to the material flow. At the same time, we were able to reduce our labor force, and we then also built inventory. Inventory stayed flatline, and we still are operating with the same $37 million of operating inventory. The information that gets sent through Shop-Trak into the ERP system and automatically pulled just streamlines the ability to be live, real time, day in and day out. You don't have to wait for any utilities to run or any batch processing, and that sounds like a really old term, right? But so the information is automatically pulled in and flows through into your ERP. For that matter, a document that is put on the system in the morning by engineering or by customer service is seen immediately. So that information, right from a purchase order, from back through ERP, can be grabbed and sent out. So it's just a tight connection that's seamless, basically. I don't know how you would do it without having those two pieces of software on the front end.
I would say working with the Lake companies has been very helpful as we've tried to implement the software. We just don't have the time or the capabilities to really implement and to get the best value out of the software. So it's critically important, in my opinion, to have a partner who understands your business and understands the software, and then will tell you the good, bad, and the ugly about the software and your own implementation. So I would say that you really need a good consulting partner. It'd be really hard to calculate a return on investment in the software, because it's such a necessary component that you almost can't operate without it. So it's I don't know if I could put a number on the return on the investment, because it's just such a key component of everything we do. There's no part of the business that it doesn't touch.